Alright, welcome back to another episode of Kickin' with the Captain. My name is Captain Goofy Hunter, and this is episode 3. We're going to be reviewing episode 2 of Golden Time. Now, where we last left off... Oh, my apologies. Let's forget about that. So, in the beginning of the episode, we awaken to a flashback. And this flashback is of Banri. And the reason why I know it's a flashback is because, you know how flashbacks kind of show something visually in order to differentiate itself from the present of the shit. So in this flashback, it is slightly hazy. And we see Banri walking through the woods, seemingly covered in bandages, which makes me think that he escaped from the hospital. So this was just maybe a little while after his accident, and he's walking through the woods, and it seems like he's looking for something or someone, but he ends up falling down a hill and ends up in front of the person he's looking for, but we don't really get a chance to see who it is. Now, fast forward to the present, Banri is walking up the steps to the law building, where he sees Kaga, standing at the front entrance, looking around, seemingly for Mitsuo, and also looking at her phone and laughing. So he walks up to her, and at this point, this woman does not remember his damn name, calls him something else, so which he corrects her, she apologizes, and he asks her what she's laughing at, and she shows him a couple of pictures on her phone of her and Mitsuo as kids, and then she tells him about their history, that they've been friends since they were really little, from kindergarten to elementary school, middle school, high school, and now. And she's also asking if he's seen Mitsuo, and she's been trying to get a hold of him, trying to find out what his class schedule is so she can, I guess, take the same classes. And at that moment in time, Mitsuo shows up behind them. And both him and Banri make eye contact. And he tells him just, shh, be quiet. And he tries to sneak past her. So him being a good friend is trying to distract her and say, hey, have you picked your schedule yet? What's your first period? She tells him sports science. And he's like, yeah, coincidence. I have the same class. And while he's trying to distract her, Mitsuo is so close to getting away, but then she turns around and spots him and then takes off after him. And of course, he's gone, fucking straight up Roadrunner style, meep, gone. And when she gets to this, I'm assuming second or third floor, to see where he went, he's gone. And Banri caught up with her and said, I don't think you should be chasing after him like that. And she's telling him that she wants to know everything about him, his classes, what club he's been gone to, the company he keeps. And then she asked him, like if you get a hold of his schedule, would you tell her? And of course, she wouldn't let have him do it for free. She would pay him with cash. And the look on his face, which looked like utter disgust, she noticed it, and then she walked it back and was like, "Oh, I'm only kidding." We both know you weren't kidding. When it comes to Mitsuo, those are no jokes. You were dead ass. But you saw his reaction to you offering to pay him to get his schedule, and you didn't want to offend anybody or piss somebody off, so you walked that back. Then they went to class, and you can see him like watching her in class. She's sitting by herself looking very lonely, and I'm guessing he felt really bad. He got back, so he gets back to his apartment, and him and Mitsuo meet up there, and he's going through like a box that his mother sent. It's a care package full of snacks and all kinds of goodies to eat. And he tells him, yeah, take whatever you want. So he takes a couple of things, and then he tells him, hey, we need to talk. And of course he's like, let me guess. Kaga wants my schedule. And if he's like, you didn't give it to her, did you? And he's like, no, I would never do that. And he was just explaining, look, I don't want anything to do with her. And he was saying, like, look, she looks really lonely. She hasn't made any friends yet. And it's been like a week And she's looking very lonely. No one talks to her. And he's saying like, yeah, that's not really my problem. And then of course he kind of tries to chastise him for feeling sorry for her. And then he goes on this rant about how pretty people just need to feign helplessness, and that everybody fawns over them. They never really give a damn about what I have to say or what I think. To which he tells him, look, it's your right if you don't want anything to do with her, but it's also my right to feel sorry for her. That was where they come to consensus. And to be honest, the fact that they came to a mutual understanding, look, I respect your boundaries if you respect mine. And they squash it. They let it go. And he checks his watch. Mitsuo checks his watch and realizes, oh shit, we're going to be late. He's like, what do you mean we? He's like, oh, I'm going to the welcome party for the film club. Want to go? And at first he didn't want to go, but he convinced him to go anyway. And it's actually pretty live. They got some nice food, some nice drinks. A lot of people are there having some amazing conversation. He introduces him to the host, which is Oka. And that is, let me show you. That's her. This little girl right here. Who looks like a little girl, but she's not. I think she's their upperclassman. Maybe. I think. I don't remember if she said she was an upperclassman or not. But one of the things that she's really like upbeat, very cheerful, very like nice. Like I can see why a lot of people like being her friend. And he's sitting there with all these other people and trying to decide if he's going to join the film club. And he eventually says, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and join the film club. And everybody celebrates and all that shit. But then you hear a lot of commotion in the room behind them, right? A lot of commotion. And Banri is curious. So he kind of goes over and he's about to open those sliding doors when a lot of the guys say, do not open that door. And almost like a fucking switch flipped, the doors fly open. And guess what? Remember those two girls from the tea club that made him drink that bitter ass tea? It was them. And mind you, when they show up, being loud as hell, you can tell they're clearly drunk. All of the guys just move to the corner. Get as far the fuck away from them as humanly possible. Those two girls see Banri, remember him, and grab him. Now he's trying to fucking fight. Fucking Mitsuo's trying to like go grab him. And I forgot who the hell else was also trying to grab him. But unfortunately, they failed to do so. It was too late. They were already being held back by people. And the door's shut. And now Banri is in the tea club's room. And you can see the girls are taking their clothes off, dancing, jumping around, ordering the boys to pour them more drinks. And then they get to Banri, and then they get to this other kid. Rip their shirts off, put sumo diapers on them, and tell them wrestle. So they wrestle. And they're sitting there wondering, like, why the hell are we doing this? It's like, I don't know, I was grabbed too. And they fall. Dude gets pissed off and says, like, this is why I only stick to 2D characters, because 3D girls are fucking nuts. I'm paraphrasing. So the girls decide to give him the nickname 2D. And if you guys want to know who 2D is, sorry. It's him. This guy right here. This is 2D. And it cuts to the very next morning, where Mitsuo catches up with Banri. Banri looks like he hasn't fucking slept all night. And the reason why he didn't was because he ended up having to go to 5 more bars with the upperclassmen of the tea club. So, yeah, he got 0 sleep. And at that moment, Mitsuo spots Kaga waiting for him at the front of the building. So he ducks behind a fucking trailer, a lone trailer that's just sitting there. Tells him, you know what? I'm gonna go around. And he kind of tells him, like, dude, like, she's waiting for you. She does this like a lot. Like, don't you think like you could at least go talk to her? And he says, like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. It might be a ploy for sympathy. And he tells him, like, look, you need to be careful because she's unpredictable. Nobody can predict what she's going to do next. And he dips. And he's sitting there feeling really, really sorry for her. And, I mean, I understand. And, to be honest, he's also mesmerized by her. I mean, come on. When he first saw her, he looked like a deer in the headlights. Like, he was just stuck in a trance. Like, fucking the goddamn Sanderson sisters put a fucking spell on his ass. That's essentially what I got from that entire exchange. And I understand why he feels the way that he feels, because nobody wants to be alone at all. It's fucking depressing. It really is. Now, at that point, he goes to class, and after class, he's outside. And remember when I said after orientation, he got bombarded by all of the members of different clubs trying to sign the new people up? Well, it happened again. He walks out. One girl said, hey, I'm with the dance club. Have you signed up for a club yet? He said nope. And immediately, I guess that was like chumming the water for a swarm of damn sharks, because they all came flocking to him. Luckily, the same girl that saved him from the Latin dance club, Linda, is the same girl that came to his rescue once again, told them that he joined up with the festival club and they need to move on. So then they moved on to their next target. And they're walking through the school, talking, asking. He asked her, like, what club is she from? And just a couple other things. Tell her, like, yeah, you're a lifesaver. She kind of downplays it, which kind of makes me a little suspicious. But that could be nothing. And at that moment in time, like, I guess she was about to ask him out, maybe, or ask him to, like, go do something. Well, I guess that is asking out anyway. Before she could finish, he noticed Kaga sitting on a bench by herself on her phone. I guess either texting or trying to call. And Linda asks if that's his girlfriend. He's like, and he gets all flustered and shit. It's like, no, she actually likes somebody else. And he gives her way too much information. And she basically leaves him to go speak to his friend. And he goes up there and she asks once again if he's seen Mitsuo and if he knows what club he's joined. And of course he doesn't tell her. To which then she asks him how many clubs have asked him to join. And he tells her like 5 to 10 or something like that. And she points out that she hasn't been asked by anyone. In fact, no one approaches her. And she's wondering if it's because she's awkward or weird. Is that also why Mitsuo doesn't want anything to do with her, because she's weird or awkward? And he tells her that, you know, maybe you should just like try something new, like try going to one of these clubs welcoming parties. And she really says, like, well, I really don't want to, because if Mitsuo's not going to join the club, then I don't want anything to do with it. I only want to join clubs that he's going to join. To which then he offers to like go with her. And at that moment, because this girl's holding like a flyer that was on the bench, and I'm guessing that's to a club, a woman walks up to them and says, hey, you guys thinking about joining a club? You should join ours. And then she offers to buy them coffee, tells them to go with her to this coffee shop where they serve their cafe and cappuccinos and bowls, which that's cool. That's a lot of caffeine. But yeah, so they go to this goddamn thing, and from the way she's pitching about her damn club got me suspicious. Like, it was like sitting in a fucking timeshare, because they were there for hours. Like, the sun was still up when they got to that cafe. By the time they left, it was nighttime. And then she told them that they're having a welcoming party this weekend, and that they're gonna go up to the seminar hall and it's 3 days, so they'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they'll be back by Monday, so they don't have to worry about missing class. And that she said something that also made me suspicious, because she said she's not from the university. She's from a different one, and she likes talking with other people from different universities because it's a unique perspective or some shit like that. And I'm just sitting there like, you're not from the university, but you want them to join your club? Like, isn't the clubs at each campus supposed to be for the students that go to said campus? Very weird. And then she tells them, like, meet me at this place Friday morning. Everything's going to be awesome. So they didn't even get a chance to say yes or no before she got up and walked away. Pretty much expecting them to show up. And after that, Bonri's walking with Kaga outside, and they're like, well, I guess we gotta go. And they agree to go together. She calls a cab, bids him good night, and that's pretty much the end of that. And one goddamn thing that still annoys me is, well, it's an observation I made. You notice how during that entire exchange between her meeting this mystery woman, because she didn't even say what type of club it was. She did say like, oh, we do all kinds of events, going checking out flowers and having some drinks, barbecue in the summer and having some drinks. Snowboarding in the winter and having some drink. Like, everything was surrounded around fucking partying. And then she also said, like, you guys don't even have to worry about spending money. Like, we got it. And just, yeah, it gave me a weird fucking vibe. Like, maybe this was a cult? Because she was very vague. Didn't really give any direct answers that would give you an insight into what the club was actually about. But I mean, whatever, right? Anyway, that was pretty much the end of that episode. For that, just on the weirdness alone, I give it a 9.2. Just on the weirdness towards the end of the episode, where just some mystery woman, no one knows. I don't even think she told them her name. Like, have y'all ever had a conversation with someone who didn't introduce? Like, if it was small talk, that's one thing. But like a full blown conversation to where you start out somewhere, y'all go and go get like lunch together, and you do not tell each other your name. Am I weird or what? Like somebody needs to tell me. Because that shit's not making any sense. It's not adding up at all. The math ain't mathin'. So that was pretty much, huge red flag for me. And to be honest, if you think about it, college is one of the best places to recruit because a lot of these damn kids are naive, young, and dumb. They haven't had as many life experiences. So they won't know to watch out for, hey, these are scammers, these are cultists. That's how some people fall into them stupid ass get rich quick schemes. Like fucking, what was one that almost got me? Primerica. Yeah, Primerica. If you've ever heard of fucking Primerica, that is a goddamn scam. Also, Cutco. That's a scam too. Where they at least try to sell knives. But really, they're trying to sell a lifestyle. Scam. Get rich quick scheme. Pyramid scheme. All of that bullshit. And yeah, that's why that woman gave me those kind of vibes. And I guess we'll find out in the next episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think of the episode. Let me know, do you think that maybe that woman is part of a cult and she's trying to recruit them? Like, let me know what you guys think in terms of that. And also, you'll notice that During that entire exchange, from the moment that woman showed up to the moment they walked away, she didn't mention Mitsuo once. Unless I'm mistaken, but she didn't even tell him. Which tells me that her attention was so focused on what was happening, she had completely forgot about her obsession. Which is a good thing. Hopefully, they can build upon that. But I guess we'll find out. Anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next episode, where we will be reviewing episode 3 or 4? 3? I think it's episode 3. And we'll find out whether or not that woman is part of a cult, or maybe she's legit. Anyway, catch you guys on the next video. Peace.
Gotta find my way to you, even though you're next to